Yeah, just like me. Spud me, touch me, touch me. Okay. How this works is I'm going to ask you 3 different types of questions. The first type is a base question. For instance, I might ask you, are you seated right now? And clearly you're seated, so when you say, yes, I am seated, I'll be able to get your reading when you're telling the truth. The second type of question is I call an intentional lie. These are questions that I want you to intentionally lie on. For instance, if I were to ask you if you've ever tripped up a child, well, the answer is clearly yes. I mean, who hasn't? I would want you to answer no, and the rest of the questions are just general questions, just for me to see whether you're lying, and I'm going to calculate your responses. The first question I have for you tonight is indeed a base question. Question 1. Are you watching a video right now? Very good. Now this next question is an intentional lie question. I want you to intentionally be deceitful. Lie to me right now, okay? Have you ever broken the heart of a butterfly? Alright. When was this? Okay. Now that I have a couple base level readings and a couple intentional lie readings, let's get on to the main bulk of your questions now. So, question 1. What is your name? Why would you lie about that? Listen, let's be serious right now. Just what is your name? Don't play games with me. Just what is your name? Okay, the reading is okay. Welcome. Yes, thank you. You're telling the truth there. That was a little strange what you just pulled. What kind of a prank is that? Anyway, what's the next question? Question 2. How are you feeling right now? Okay. Interesting results here. Question 3. Did you brush your teeth this morning? Jesus. So what kind of toothpaste do you use? McLean's, Crest, Colgate. I see. So in answer to the question you said yes, right? Okay, let me just look at these readings real quick. Okay. Let's move on to the next question. Have you ever cheated in a test, in an exam? Have you ever cheated? Now, me personally, of course, I think everyone's cheated in a test. I used to cheat in my French lessons. I can't speak French to save my life. I know a couple French words. Je m'appelle Dwayne, right? Je m'appelle Roscoe. Bonjour. That's it. Literally, I got like all A's in my test. What I would do is, story for another day. Have you ever cheated in a test? Interesting. Yeah, just like me. Spud me, touch me, touch me. Okay. So what we're gonna do is, in order to rebalance the readings, I'm going to ask you another base question, okay? So I want you to tell the truth here, okay? something very obvious. Do you have on earphones right now? Clearly you have on earphones, right? So what's the response? Yes, okay. Let me get the reading. Little spike in the graph there. Let me just adjust. Okay. Do I need another base question? Okay. What we're gonna do is we're gonna ask you an intentional lie question, okay? So let's pick one. Okay, so I want you to intentionally lie with this question, okay? With your answer. Have you ever peed in a bush? Have you ever peed in a bush before? So that's a lie, right? Interesting. I think there's thunder outside. It's pretty scary. Every time there's thunder and lightning outside, I feel like I'm gonna get struck by lightning. My friends think I'm crazy, but we'll see one day. Okay, so that's a base question and an intentional lie. Okay, cool. So general question, so just answer this question truthfully if you can. Have you ever cheated on an ex? Really? What was their name? Interesting. I knew one of those. So whatever name you just said, I knew one of them. I mean, I know one of them. So let me see. Okay, that's cool. Yeah, after this I'm gonna share your results with you, of course. Obviously I'm gonna tell you which ones you were untruthful for, and in which case I'll probably judge you just a little bit. I think everyone judges everyone, right? I will judge you a little bit just in case, you know, some of these questions. Coke or Pepsi? That's pretty straightforward. Yeah, I don't think you'd lie about that. I mean, there would be no reason to, right? Okay, next question. Are you a fan of koala bears? Now, like I said, this is one of the questions that I might judge you for. If you say yes, and after this I come back to the results and it came out to be a lie, then I mean, who doesn't like koala bears? So, do you like koala bears? Are you a fan of koala bears? You know that koala bears have 2 thumbs on each hand. Makes them the ultimate climbers. Human beings and monkeys were able to climb stuff because we have opposable thumbs, right? Koalas have 2 on each hand. Incredible creatures. There's no way you're not a fan of a koala bear, okay? So you said yes. Hopefully that's right. Because if it isn't... Alright. Sometimes... Now, take this into account. So sometimes, not all the time, but sometimes, do you forget to wear sunscreen in the sun? That response makes sense. See, normally it's very easy to forget this. Sunscreen is very, very important, even if you're black. Now, I know a lot of black people think that they don't need to wear sunscreen because we are melanated. That's cap. It's cap. It's a lie. We have darker skin, yes, we have melanin, but our skin is affected by the sun in the same way. Get some SPF in your system. Now, you responded yes. I might do some skin grafts later. See if you've got any sun damage. And if you do, then I probably could help you. Okay. So you said you sometimes do. Okay. Fine. When you order food on Uber Eats or Just Eat delivery, Deliveroo, whatever you order food on, whatever app you choose, do you sometimes say that you didn't receive the food even though you did, just to get a refund? No. Okay. You said no, huh? Oh, these readings are kind of crazy. Okay. See, I'm a truthful guy. I'm very, very, very truthful. And in all truthfulness, I do that all the time. The trick is, now, okay, I don't know if I should say this now because I don't know who's watching this video. Well, technically, this is not a video to you. This is you're literally right here in front of me. I don't know who's bugged this room, so I don't know if I can tell you the method. If you know a method, comment down below. Hey, that's all I'ma say this session. So you said no, right? Okay, cool. The legal ramifications, plausible deniability, no. If Uber Eats is watching this, I have never done that before. Roscoe McFlurry on Uber Eats, I have never done that before, okay? The next question is one of those questions that I might judge you for depending on your answer when I check this and see if it's true or false, if you are lying or you weren't. Are you afraid of clowns? No. Okay. What do you think? You're like a gladiator or something? Everyone's afraid of clowns, my boy. So what, like, have you seen the movie It and It Chapter 2? You have? Okay, forget Chapter 2, but you're telling me for Chapter 1, like, you just went through that movie easy breezy, like you were just cool, huh? Oh, okay. That's what you're telling me. That's not what the reading's saying. Huh? No, don't worry. I'll tell you about the readings afterwards. We're about to get into it. It's gonna be interesting. Alright. You know what we're gonna have to do here? We're gonna have to recalibrate the system, so I'm gonna ask you maybe a couple base questions this time, and maybe a couple intentional lie questions this time, okay? So, the third base question is, are you alone right now? The answer is clearly yes, so yes, okay, cool. So just recalibrate this, set this. Alright, one more base question. Do you have two eyes? Obviously. Unless you're Leela from Futurama. And if you are and you're watching this, then I'm so sorry. But there was that one episode when you did have two eyes. We all hated it. We all wanted you to go back to the one-eyed Leela. Alright, let's go on to some intentional lies, okay? So we've done that. Have you ever driven without a license? Okay, so just recalibrate this setting and regulate your heartbeat and your olfactory, your and let's just see if we can okay, cool. Bingo. And was it a license? Have you ever put a piece of gum underneath a table or a chair before? Simple enough, yes, right? That's do and do, right? So that's do base and do intentional. That should be reset. F1, F2, F3, F4, F5, F6, F7, F8, F9, F10, F11 full screen, F12 escape, F5 refresh. Okay. Backspace enter. That should be cool. let's go into the general questions again, shall we? Now again, this is one of those questions that I'm going to judge you heavily for, okay? Because I know my answer to this, and I'd love to know your real answer. And if this test is correct, then in a few minutes we're all gonna know your real answer, okay? So if you found 10k, £10,000 in a bag on the street, what would you do with it? Would you take it? So yes, these questions are yes, no, right? So would you take the bag of money? Okay. You wouldn't take it. Okay. So what you're telling me, you'd look at the bag, you'd look inside and see all the money, and then what? Call the police and hand it in. Have you watched Ozark before, by any chance? I remember in Ozark there was a scene where Marty Bird was basically talking about how when you have too much money in cash and you haven't cleaned it, it's very, very hard to put that money in the bank without looking suspicious. So is that you? No. Hey, fine. We're about to find out. Now, what if I told you that you knew that when you found the money, it was indeed dirty money? Would you keep it then? So you answered you would return it to the police in the first half of the question. And in this half, you said you would. Interesting. Maintain the same. Okay, return it to the police. Well, see, that makes more sense. I would assume that. We'll talk about it later. This question's pretty interesting. Do you know how to clean money in any way? Yes. Same. How did you learn? You watch Power, Ozark. Power, yeah. I think everyone learned how to clean money from Narcos and Power. Those are the first two that us civilians, us normal, good, law-abiding citizens learn how to clean drug money and dirty money. Love those shows. Yeah, that seems like you were telling the truth there. I don't even need to come back to that one, but we'll see. Oh, looks like we got two more questions. So before we get into the last two questions, I'm going to ask you the remaining base questions. We're going to get a final calibration, the remaining base questions and the remaining intentional lie questions. And once we get onto that, we're going to ask you the final two questions, and then we're going to get into a slight review to see whether you're telling the truth during your general questions, okay? So, I think I asked you that, okay? Base question, please tell me the truth here, and this is pretty obvious. Do you have a belly button? Same. Done, cool. And the last question is, do you own a phone? Obviously. Okay, that's the base questions done. Now the intentional lies. Oh, there's only one intentional lie question right here, so that makes life easy. Have you ever hit your younger sibling when your parents weren't looking? Yeah, so I want you to lie with this one. No. I understand. To be honest, I'm a younger sibling myself. I'm the youngest, so I've been hit many a time. I've been hit many a time, but I've also done some hitting you know, I've hit my older siblings when my parents weren't looking, so I guess the question says younger sibling. Okay, they both work. So recalibrated, escape, F1, 45D, RQ, escape. Nice. The last two general questions. Will you be watching the new Game of Thrones series? Oh, you've started it already. Fantastic. We'll see if you're telling the truth right there. Oh yeah, me, I've started. I love it. Episode 4. No spoilers. But anyone who's seen Game of Thrones, the new series, episode 4, I can't lie. I saw it coming. If you haven't seen it already, you probably have no idea what I'm talking about. But if you have seen Game of Thrones, the new series, episode 4, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Me personally, I saw it coming. I tell a lot of my friends that I saw it coming. They don't believe me. I'm like, bro, how did you not see this coming? Like, from episode 1, it was. Let's not get into it. Maybe we'll talk about Game of Thrones another day. But today, you answered the question very nice. The last question's pretty straightforward. Have you ever cut in line in a queue? No. Okay, let's try that again. I mean, this is just the last question. You might as well just tell the truth. Have you ever cut in line in a queue? Fine. I'll just check your blood pressure right here and your breathing. Some brain activity over here. And okay, cool. That concludes the lie detector test. Now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do some compiling. Yes, just compiling away here. Click, 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 click. Oh, would you look at that, your results. Luckily for me, this system is beautiful. It sent the results straight down to my phone. So in answer to the first question, I asked you how you were feeling, which wouldn't make sense because it should have been a yes or no question. So let's move on. Did you brush your teeth this morning? You said yes. The lie detector determined that that was a lie. Now, as you saw, I held my nose earlier in that section. It's because your breath is banging and we're gonna have to do something about that. You said your favorite, brand is Colgate. That's a lie. Your favorite brand is water and cheese and air because you don't brush your teeth apparently. Okay, cool. Have you ever cheated on a test? You said no. That's a lie. I think we've all cheated on a test. Like I said, I explained my side of cheating in a French test to basically make you feel better about your decisions. So maybe you didn't have to lie to me. I guess you still chose to, which is weird. Have you ever cheated on an ex? You said no. The lie detector test determined that was a lie. I asked you what his or her name was and you said whatever you said, that was the truth. And since that's the truth, I hope you do them well. I hope you do better by them. In fact, when you leave here today, I'd like you to write a letter of apology. I'm going to give you this paper right here. And I want you to write a letter of apology because cheating on an ex or that person you cheated on is unacceptable. Let's see. Are you a fan of koala bears? You said yes. The lie detector determined that was you're telling the truth. And obviously you were. Koala bears. You can't hate koala bears. It's not possible. We've been over this. Sometimes do you forget to use sunscreen? You said yes. The lie detector determined you're telling the truth. I think we all do. I don't see a reason why you would have to lie during that question. On Uber Eats, do you sometimes tell them you didn't get an order even though you did just to get a refund? You said no. The lie detector determined that was telling the truth. You were telling the truth, which doesn't make much sense to me. Hey, listen, like I said, lawsuits. Okay, I don't want a bunch of people all of a sudden doing this one technique that is proven to work. This one technique, and Uber Eats losing a bunch of money, and my people watching this getting a bunch of free stuff. But like I said, if anyone watching this video right now knows how to do it, comment it down below. But I'm not liable for it. Like, I'm not liable for my comment section. I'm not. So you cannot sue me, okay? Are you afraid of clowns? You said no. The lie detector determined you're telling the truth. That's, I don't know who you think you are, but you're pretty amazing if you're not scared of clowns. Everyone I know is scared of clowns. I'm scared of clowns. Pennywise is a scary guy. Did you not see It Chapter 1, like the first scene when he killed Georgie? Oh. Popcorn, pop, pop, pop. I'm not gonna give you guys nightmares because you're probably watching this about to fall asleep, like just on the verge. I don't want you to be thinking about that scene because that scene will f you up, okay? If you found $10,000 in a bag on the street, would you take it? You said no. That was a lie. You would take the money. I think everyone would take the money. You would take the money. I would take the money. Listen, if we were walking at the same time with each other, we would split that shit. 50-50. I'm taking 5k. You're taking 5k. Let's not be around the bush. Why are we lying here? Unnecessary. Do you know how to clean money? You said yes. The lie detector determined you were telling the truth. Power. You know, Ghost and Tommy, they taught us well. Will you be watching the new Game of Thrones? You said yes. That was telling the truth. Listen, when you get to season 1, episode 4, let me know. Have you ever cut in line in a queue? Did we even answer that question? Let me see. Apparently we didn't. I think that was it then. So yeah, this was a pretty good test. I hope you enjoyed yourself. But let's get you to a dentist right now.